Hey everyone, this is Dude Dreamer here. As many of you already know, November 12th, 2018 was a very sad day for a lot of comic book fans, nerds, and what have you. And pretty much everyone, every type of person who is a fan of certain things, it was just a low point for them. When we found out that Stan Lee passed away. I can say who Stan Lee is, but a lot of people already know who he is, what he's done, what he has accomplished. It's just really sad to find that out. And I've had this impression. I know a lot of people had this impression when he was living a huge, huge life. I mean, he died at 95. And we all were surprised at how old he is and how good he looks. And we all have this belief that this guy has to have a superpower, and that is immortality. But, you know, eventually we all know that we don't last forever, sadly. And he was very influential with a lot of people. You know, you see Bat the Sun being influenced. You have other comic book writers from different companies besides Marvel and DC who were being influenced by him. It's just, he's just a very wonderful person. Such a wonderful person that people just look up to. You know, especially the way he talks, he calls us true believers. You know, because when things he create, we all wanted to believe in those things. You know, because most of the things he created for Marvel are things that we can relate to. You know, I mean, like we can really relate to those things. You know, and I guess that's why they're called Marvel. I mean, which in the definition it means like full of wonder, full of astonishment, and he was that guy. He was that definition. He was that personification of what Marvel is all about. You know, creating wonder, creating astonishment, making us believe into the characters that he created, the stories he wrote. And again, he is like one of the most influential people when it comes to comic books and superheroes and supervillains. Because if you think about it, like, there are other names out there that have created strong, iconic characters. Joel Siegel, Superman. Bob Kane, Batman. Jack Kirby's. Peter Laird, Kevin Eastman. Todd Federland, not Federland, McFarlane, Todd McFarlane. Like, the list goes on and on and on with, like, influential names. But then there's always one name that people can talk about when it comes to comic book characters and creating, and that is Stan Lee. I mean, you've seen him almost everything, you know, in cameos. Like, a lot of people call him the king of cameos. Even when he was in Teen Titans Go the movie, which I was really surprised he was in. Like, seriously, I was surprised he made a cameo in that movie. But, yeah. My only regret is I wish I had a chance to meet him. I really did. And funny thing is, not long ago, he was at Comic-Con where I lived, like years back, and I didn't have enough money to go, and they said it was going to be his last appearance in this state for the Comic-Con. And yeah, you know, I'm glad that friends like my friend like Jedi Bender had the honor to meet him in person and stuff. So yeah, that's only my regret. And you know, I know a lot of people are gonna miss him. A lot of people is definitely gonna miss seeing him, you know, and making cameos, mostly in the Marvel movies. Like, almost every Marvel movie ever made, you'll kind of wonder where's Stanley gonna show up, kind of thing. You know, it's kind of like one of those treat things. Even in video games, you see he makes cameos. And like I said, other projects, like even Disney, like in Big Hero 6, he made a cameo. Teen Titans Go to the movies, he made a cameo. Heroes, he made a cameo. Like, list goes on, you know. So I'm really gonna miss him, especially of how he speaks. Like, he speaks in a way where he has that type of voice where he speaks, we shut up and listen. And you can tell he has so much imagination in his mind, especially when he speaks to people about being true believers, you know. But again, he was the influential person when it comes to comic books. Like I said, I can think of many names, but everyone always turns to one person, and that is Stan Lee. So, with that being said, to the family of Stan Lee, my deepest, deepest condolences. And for Stan Lee, we are really going to miss you. And you lived a really, really full life. I mean, 95, you've seen probably everything and done everything. And it was just a great life for you. And I'm just so happy that, you know, I'm just so happy that you had the chance to experience all those things that you've done and also share your vision, share your imagination to the world through comic books. So I just want to say thank you to you. And I know you're up there. You know, in my belief, you're up there. Probably telling stories to God. I don't know. But weren't for you, most of us probably wouldn't be true believers in what we do to either entertain or to tell a story. So, with that being said, thank you very much, Stan Lee. You will be missed. And I know you're going to be continuing, always continuing to dream big while you're up in heaven. In my opinion, that's my belief. He's in heaven, but even in death, he's still going to be dreaming. Continue to dream big.